Hi, let's talk now about how to set up Tableau. So Tableau, it's a commercial product and it's quite expensive, by the way. So it's the easiest one to set up from the ones that we have in the past. So if you go and visit the website, as you can see in here, you can go and hit the try now button. And then they're going to ask you to enter an email, like let's try entering my Berkeley email and then download a free trial. Don't worry about the free trial words. You can actually work with that for a whole week. And then after that, we're going to be providing license, an academic license that you can use, I think, up to a year, like for academic purposes. So it is only available for Windows and Mac. If you're actually using Linux or other operating system, then you will need to use a virtual machine. So basically I'm downloading that and hopefully it's already reading here. Here you can find it along with a lot of junk from my computer. And installation, it's pretty straightforward. It's just opening the application, selecting where do you want to install it, and then hitting next. There's not much to it. So once you have done that, because this one is taking too long, basically you're going to have the application installed, something like this. So I'm actually getting started with the application in there. This is the 2021 version, I think, and this one is downloading the 2023. So it seems it's finishing that. So the installation looks like this. You just double click in here and then you hit accept the agreement, of course, reading it that. Where do you want to install it? Let's say for everyone, and then getting a password. Luckily, I can just use my finger, and then it's going to go and start installing that. So once it finishes, then you're going to see something like this. And then creating a new notebook, it's as easy as just selecting what data you want to use. So once you have the professional version, then you can connect to many different databases. Including Excel files, but the more interesting ones are here, like the server ones. So I think because of the version that I have is not showing all of them, but you can connect to Postgres databases or Oracle, so all commercial software. So let's start. Let's say that I'm actually going to use, for instance, this Superstore dataset. And then once you have done that, then what you can do is like start creating like a chart. Let's say that I'm going to create like the customers. Remember that when I'm doing that is going to be doing nesting or slice and dicing by, in this case, by the customer. And then, for instance, if I add a measure such as the number of records in the text in here, then it's going to have pretty much like a table containing that. Or if I want to create a bar chart, I can put it into the columns. So I can put that in here, and let's imagine that this is my advanced chart. So then you can save it. You can create workbooks in here, like worksheets. Each one of these is going to be like one of the graphics that you're going to create. And you can also go and create dashboards in here once you have graphics. Like, so for instance, this is my customers. And then the nice thing about this is that you can add other text. Like, for instance, I can put in here like some information, like my awesome, like, or our customers, if I can type, are on the rise. I can put something like that in here. Then, of course, you can format that better. Let's imagine like making that a little bit bigger. And then something like that. If you actually go and start looking at the examples that people have done, you're going to see that they actually work really hard customizing that. And then usually you will put like on your visualizations, like a basic order messaging here, like an analysis, very important. So it's like a more advanced description. And then usually I recommend people adding also in here like something that says like by John, and then data, and then like a link to the data or something like that. So let's say this is your chart, you're already happy with it. Maybe you want to put it that it works good on a desktop. If you want to work with it for cell phones or things like that, then, or you can, for instance, want it to expand, you can do that as well. So once you have done that, I recommend you saving that locally. And then let's put that, for instance, in my movies desktop one. So Tableau. And then you can go and just save it into Tableau Public. So the assignments that you're going to be submitting with Tableau, you need to publish that into an URL that so we can actually see it. So the way of doing that is that you come here on the server tab or menu, and then you hit Tableau Public, and then you say save to Tableau Public. Once you have done that, then it's going to ask you to enter your Tableau Public username or email and password. If you don't have an account, you just create one for free in here, and that's it. I think mine is using my Hotmail email, and then please do not copy my password. And then I can just log in here. And usually you will get an error like this. And what it's saying is that it cannot upload the things to Tableau Public until you create an extract. And then if we want to fix that, the way of doing that will be coming here into your data source and then hitting here, create an extract. Once you save that again, that is going to say that you want to create an extract, and then you have to say, where do you want to save it? Usually it's going to try putting it in a data sources repository. I like keeping it next to my Tableau file. So for instance, it can be next to this one. It's up to you, but basically it's going to include the data encoded in specific and proprietary format by Tableau, if I'm not mistaken. Then we can come back here and then do again the save on Tableau Public. And once you do that, it's going to ask you again for your username and password if you haven't done it. And then once it finishes uploading, depending on the size of your data and whatever you created, it's going to take longer or shorter amount of time. And then here it's going to go to an URL where you can actually see this thing. Okay, so as you can see, you can add all of these elements. Here includes all of those things. And remember that this is going to be public for everyone to find it. So keep that in mind with whatever you publish in there. Finally, if you want to embed this into an HTML page, then you can just hit here on share. And then this embed code, this is an HTML code that you can use in whatever HTML application. Like for instance, if we go to observable, then I can go in here and then create intro or setting up Tableau. And then I can just create an HTML page. So let's see if we can make this work in here. I'm not sure because it's actually using the script one, so probably it's not going to work in here. But let's try on CodePen, that one I have seen working. So in here you can actually do it on the HTML page, and then it should render your code, as you can see in here. This one definitely didn't work. Yeah, probably it's because of the script part. And then, interesting. I wonder if interesting. So maybe if I take the script part and actually put that into a separate cell that actually executes the script. Something like this, and then put that code in here, and actually Pretty will fix it. Oh, amazing. So now I actually can show it in here. Then finally, if you want to create it on a page of your own, then you can just come and create a new HTML file. Typical example that I have been doing, I start with the template, what is the size, and then you just paste the code in here. In this case, it will be like all of your Tableau code. So something like this. And then you can just put it in here. And then by saving that, for instance, let's say that I'm going to save it into this one. And I think I still have that server for Vega Lite. So if I go here, that it's Vega Lite, and then Tableau.html. And of course, that's filling in there. So let me make sure. So it should be here. live server, Tableau, and then Tableau.html, and there we go. So you can actually see it. It's as easy as that, just putting a page. The cool thing about that is that you can actually start using HTML and everything else you learn in the class to put like a better title and have better organization, like have like some basic text in here, and then maybe put this, like let's say, will this work? Like for instance, 5 of these lorems, or like maybe 1 at least. There we go. Then put that. So if I save it like that, then you can see that it actually included like the text in here, the text before and the text after. So that way you can create a story and have better supporting text. And that's all you need for Tableau. We are going to be learning more on how to use it on a future video.